You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts
Right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about the New England Patriots, more specifically, of course, Jerod Mayo, seemingly going to keep his job. And I made an X post yesterday during the Buffalo Bills game, and I said straight up, I don't care if the Patriots win by 30. Jerod Mayo should not be keeping his job, but unfortunately for Patriots fans, it looks like that DEI Mayo, as I like to call him, is in fact going to keep his job. It was a big splash report yesterday from Ian Rappaport, and we'll get around to the game and we'll get around to the draft position that the Patriots are now sitting in, and the fact that the one guy that probably shouldn't get shown the door, Alex Van Pelt's probably going to get shown the door. Now, I would be the first to tell you, if you can make a clear upgrade, Brian Daboll, Josh McDaniels, okay. Now, I would see getting rid of Alex Van Pelt. Plus, you've now got two guys on the staff, or a guy on the staff, depending on which one you hire. Well, both of them, in fact, that have been head coaches. And I think that's part of Mayo's issue is he was not ready for this job, all right? And, of course, as we've talked about with DEI hires, you fell upwards. And in this case, you fell and you keep your job. So that's how you got the job to begin with, too, by the way. And we'll get to these Drake May comments because he comes out and says it's BS that people are talking about his coaches. Well, number one, I think he likes Alex Van Pelt. And number two, I think you're talking about, and look, I'm from the South. We're raised to respect our elders and respect leadership. Even if we don't really agree with them, we're raised to try to have their back and be respectful of them. That's all this is. That's not some huge ringing endorsement he's giving his head coaches. And I think that's where people get confused. That's a Southern boy being respectful of his elders and people in leadership. And that comes from Little League, Kiwi football on up. That's just part of the gig. That's how we're raised. It doesn't mean he wouldn't rather look up and see Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels standing there next year.
He has done for the Bills with that hand, unbelievable. Meanwhile, their opponent today, starting to be some questions about the New England Patriots and their head coach, Jerod Mayo. Here's my understanding of this situation. The Krafts want to keep Jerod Mayo. They believe he is the leader for their organization, for their future, and they knew it would be a multi-year process to get this thing right. That is their stance right now. Now, if things go off the rails, Rich, if they start to really struggle and they'll lose the locker room the last couple of games of the season, we've seen this thing turn. But as of now, the Patriots believe Jerod Mayo is their leader for the future.
Okay, so, and unfortunately, I think for a lot of us who think that he probably should get shown the door, I think yesterday, 21, I just think the Krafts will keep him. I do. And unfortunately, I think it's the wrong decision. But that's where we're at. And Patrick Pass, this is not the former NFL player, but he's a good follow on X, pointed out they're running out of gas, quitting in the second half. There's Jerod Mayo, of course, in his Walmart gear if he did not have the Patriots job. And by the way, in case you're wondering, it looks like the Patriots may get locked in the pick number 2. It's a good position, and I would trade out, especially in light of everything that's surfacing regarding Travis Hunter. Because in case you have not noticed, it's been a rough few days for Travis Hunter. And I particularly would like to see somebody on a team that's a little bit more of a alpha and not a beta. But here we are. Yesterday throwing a hell of a nice pass right there. And he had several really nice passes in this game. Played well. He did. This is him right here. And me talking about, hey, this is how a Southern guy is going to have back his coaches, even if he doesn't believe they're the best people for. You're raised to be respectful of your elders and of your leadership.
Stuff like that, I think it's some BS, to be quite honest. Coach Coach Mayo, those guys. Coach Mayo's, we got, like I said, we got his back, and he's coached us hard. He wants to win. We all want to win. We're all frustrated. AVP's been, I feel calling great the past weeks. We're just plays away, and especially me turning the ball over. I think it's just a testament to these guys that keep fighting. We keep fighting. We're not going to make the playoffs. We're out of the race, and these guys keep coming in, and they're frustrated when we don't score, and they got energy at practice, and they got energy coming to the game, and we want to win. There's guys not even playing that are yelling on the sidelines and wanting to win. So I think we're building something good, building something that feels right here, and I'm proud to be a Patriot.
Okay, the one thing I can absolutely say from a talent standpoint, from a character standpoint, man, the Patriots, look, they got the right. This kid's going to be good for a long time. 10, 12, 15 years, you got a quarterback with New England. The problem is everybody knows you want to try to win when you're on the rookie contract, right? Because this kid is going to break the bank one day, and that's all there is to it. So that leads us over here. Guys, I brought this up. A lot of people don't like the DEI moniker to be thrown on to Jerod Mayo, but this is his right-hand woman, so to speak, Robin Glazer, and this is somebody that stays in Jerod Mayo's ear, okay? Now listen to her responsibilities to date with the Kraft Group and New England Patriots. They have centered around various business projects, strategic initiatives, including acting as executor of philanthropic initiatives. Glazer has managed several operational and administrative functions for the Patriots team, including NFL relations and compliance, supporting human resources and finance, negotiating sports performance technology deals, and managing the Player Social Justice Fund initiatives. Wonderful. Great. No, that, and by the way, she was in on the offensive coordinator interviews when they did them. And I said the other day, a lot of offensive coordinators took their names out of the hat because they said, why is our interviews not more about football, but they're about other things? There was not enough focus on football in the opinion of the candidates, so they backed the hell out of there. They said, no, I'm not too sure this bunch is concerned about football the way that they should be. Okay? And Burt Breer did come out. He's talked about some candidates for Van Pelt's job. If he gets run out of town, Brian Daboll, Josh McDaniels, I think they're good hires. But if you're talking about getting a Nick Caley in here, look, I don't know what Clint Kubiak could do, but the Saints after those first two games, haven't exactly been throwing up 50 points anymore, right? Shane Waldron is another one. He just got run out in Chicago. So why on earth would you make that kind of a pivot? I think it is a horrible idea. And the Krafts are going to keep Mayo, I think. Unless you see, and yesterday was really the game, okay? If you wanted to get him out of the building, yesterday was the game. The Bills needed to have dropped 40 on them, and it should have been a 40-13 kind of game, and you needed the same kind of back-to-back performances. And I think there's a chance the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh beat the holy hell out of them, because I think Jim Harbaugh is probably somebody sitting back going, why in the hell wouldn't I have gotten an interview for the Patriots job? And, I've said a lot about Mike Vrabel. Look, the moment that Vrabel and Harbaugh become available, it is Robert Kraft's sole responsibility to field the best person, most qualified person for the job. You've got to interview both of them. Non-negotiable. You have to. Regardless of what you promised Jerod Mayo. Buy him out. You're rich. Buy him out. I don't care. But they didn't do it. And, yeah, coaches carry that. So could the Chargers end up dropping 35 on the Patriots? That's possible. Because I'm sure that Jim Harbaugh and his khakis are sitting back going, really? Question mark? Jerod Mayo or me? Question mark? Are you serious? You know, I think the Patriots should feel pretty good about the fact that Mike Vrabel even wants the job, because I'm not too sure Kraft ownership is necessarily going to be looked upon as somebody that coaches want to work for in another 4 or 5 years. I mean, you're cruising down the road of the David Teppers, the Jimmy Haslams, the Woody Johnsons. You're headed down that road as a franchise, which is scary when you think about how much success that they've had, but that also tells you exactly how badass Brady and Belichick were. That maybe, just maybe, they have been winning all these years in spite of ownership. Just throwing that out there. Again, you don't hire people based on the warm and fuzzies. Your Thunder buddy. You don't do that. Yikes. And Travis Hunter. By the way, just on just purely a talent standpoint, Travis Hunter is coming out as a cornerback, not as a wide receiver. I saw that yesterday too. So I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. Travis Hunter and Christian Gonzalez, ain't nobody throwing on this team ever in life. But this team needs a wide receiver. If you end up setting at 2, you trade back and get you a haul out of it and then rebuild the team. But then again, you've got Elliott Wolf and Jerod Mayo making the personnel decisions. Yeah, Jalen Polk really had a hell of a game yesterday, didn't he? Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. Javon Baker really showed his No, he didn't do nothing either. Yikes. Oh, by the way, Kayshon Boutte was drafted under Bill Belichick's watch. He's looked a lot better, has he not? 5 for 95, and he screwed a play up, but you get the point. He could actually end up being a hit of some kind out of the draft. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.